Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Money Modesty. Today we will be talking about a stock which is kind of a backbone of all the manufacturing industry. And as we are seeing that India is become a manufacturing hub for a diverse range of products and segments, it is bound to rally or bound to grow because the underlying business will be growing. Let's dive in. So today we are talking about Elcon Engineering. So Elcon Engineering is a industrial gearbox and material handling equipment. We call it MHE as well. Manufacturer in India. It was founded in 1951. So the company is pretty old, almost 75 years old. And the one good thing is it has been performing very good over the last 75 years. We won't go into the journey of the company. We will be touching upon the last 5-6 years to understand how it has been performing, because if we understand how it is performing in the last 5-6 years, that should enable us to make a decision to get invested in this company or not. Moving on, so if we see here, it is Asia's largest industrial gearbox manufacturer. So not just India, it is Asia's largest industrial gearbox manufacturer. That means that it supplies its product not within just India, to entire Asia and globe as well. To just name a few offering, it makes all kind of gears: helical, spiral, worm gears, and parallel shafts, right angle shafts, and whatnot. And another thing that I want to touch upon is, where are these gearbox or these material handling equipments being used? So the first one that you see here is like in the steel manufacturing, sugar manufacturing, paper manufacturing, defense, marine, and more. So what does this mean? So it is not very industry specific or a segment specific. It is very broad in nature. It covers the entire spectrum of manufacturing. So it is not very sensitive or constrained to one particular industry, which means that even if we face some difficulties in a particular industry or sector, the sales of the products that this company creates, the gearboxes or the material handling equipment, will not take a dent because it will be compensated by the demand in the other sectors. But one thing to mention here is, it recently got a 82 crore project from Mittal Industries, and it was made public on January 22. So in the upcoming quarters, you will see the impact of this or the financial of this project also reflected in the fundamentals of the company. So everything looks good in terms of overview, the recent news and whatnot. Let's dive into the financials. So if you see here, we will be touching upon the gear division first. So gear division, if you compare the Q3 24 to Q3 25, we see just an increase of 2.1% revenue, which is just borderline or non-significant. Whereas if we compare the 9-month revenue for 24 and 25, then there is a drop of 3.6%, which might look alarming or which might look as a red flag at the on-go. But hold on a bit. Let's look at the material handling equipment. So if you see here, at a quarter-over-quarter level from quarter 24 to quarter 3 25, there has been an increase of 71% in revenue. And if you take a 9-month span, then there is a 55% increase. So what does this mean exactly? Though we are seeing stagnation or saturation in the gearbox because of the underlying principle of this industry, because once a gearbox is installed in an industry, it need not be replaced every now and then. But innovation can happen in the material handling equipment. So the company is very smartly positioning itself or very smartly increasing its sales in the material handling equipment where there is innovation happening in the sector and the sales is bound to grow. So the material handling equipment is the real deal for the company now, which is giving its good opportunity in terms of revenue and the profits. So now if we talk about the quarterly results, the one thing that you see here, almost every quarter we see an increase in number. So almost we are seeing increase of 20% or 10% on an average increase in every quarter for the last 6 to 7 quarters. And then interesting observations are in the yearly statement. So if we talk about here, so let's take it from 2021. So from 2021, the sales stands at 1,000 crores. Now it is standing at 1,900 crores, almost twice the sales in 4 years. But that's good, I agree. But what is even more interesting is the operating profit margin. So if you see, In 2021, it stands at 18%, and 2024, it stands at 24%. So the sales is increasing and the profits is increasing. It is very fundamental for any company. As the sales increase, the profit increases. But if they are not increasing at the same pace, the profits are increasing at a faster pace as compared to sales. That means that the company is introducing new efficiencies or innovation, and it is getting more profits for the same amount of capital. So what is exactly happening? So we are going up from just 13% to 24% operating profit margin. So this is a very good profit generating company also. So it is working on its efficiency and innovation to ensure that the operating profit is being increased. Now that is very much reflected in the EPS also. If you see, it was just 0.33 in 2018 and it stands at 15.85 right now in 2024 March. So this is not just like 10 times, 20 times, this is 50 times. So EPS growth of 50 times, then the operating profit margin increase from 11% to 24% in just a span of 5 years. When this shows that the overall fundamentals of the companies are very strong and the sales and the profit the company is making is very promising. Then the other metric is ROCE percentage. This is one of my favorites. So it was just 8% in 2020 and now it is at 31% in 2020. Almost 4x growth of ROCE percentage. But what does that mean? ROCE is return on capital employed. So all the debt and equity in the company, how well it is being utilized, it is a metric of that. So if we talk about a decent ROCE, something around 15% or 20% makes a lot of sense. But here we are seeing a 31% ROCE, which is commendable, which is like the management of a company is utilizing its equity and debt capital in a very, very efficient manner, and there are operational excellence achieved within this company, I would say. So overall, from a ratio standpoint also, all of them are green flags, no red flags as such. So that's a good thing. Now moving on to the shareholding pattern. The shareholding pattern, if you see here, it's at a quarterly level, it is stagnated 9.1, 9.8 to 9.73. So we are seeing that DI has recently got interested little bit more than before, but at a FII level, it is almost stagnated. But here, if you're seeing the yearly pattern, that's where it gets interesting. So for FIIs, in 2021, it was just 0.31% and now it stands at 9.73%. And it has been increasing like by 2% for the last 5 years. So all the FIIs, some noticed it at the onset, then they realized that it has a lot of potential and gradually they are increasing their bets in the company. And right now it stands at 10%. And 5 years before it was just 0.31%. So smart money, the foreign institutional investors' money is getting into this stock and right now stands at 10%, which is very promising number. As well as if we talk about DIAs, they have been showing a decent interest. It's like a homegrown industry. So we are standing at 3.67%. That is pretty good, but I would not say that very great. So I'm not sure exactly why DIAs are not betting big on this company, but the bets of FIIs are visible that they have done the due diligence and they find this company very promising from a future standpoint. Now, overall, it is very well positioned as the backbone of India's growing manufacturing sector. Then, as the manufacturing sector, the developing of manufacturing sector takes place in India for a spectrum of products, it is bound to grow because every manufacturing sector requires equipment, and Elcon Engineering is one of the safest, renowned, and the most trusted brand in the market for the gearboxes as well as the material handling equipment. And on top of that, we see a very strong financial performance, be it quarterly results, yearly results, and a promising order book as well. So it looks impressive from an investment standpoint, both for short term and long term. So if you're looking for a heavy manufacturing sector industry to buy, this is a good option to get. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video and hit the like button and subscribe for more such videos and content. And post in the comments if you're interested in a particular company or a particular stock, we would be happy to make a video around that, the pros and the cons and the overall fundamental of that company, and happy to help you in your financial journey. See you. Bye bye.